I grew up believing in communism. The ideology is that the basic human problem is selfishness or self-centeredness. People set up private ownership of means of production, out of their greed. Thus it is necessary to replace private ownership with public. Communism further predicts that with public ownership, people will work together selflessly. Hence a new society will be created, with the principle, from each according to his ability, and to each according to his needs. This new society is a communist society, where there will be no oppression, no exploitation, no class distinctions. And everyone will be equal, will be free, and will have abundant life. But great failures of communist experiments in the former USSR and China have proved communism to be totally wrong. During the 70 years of communism in our country, atheism is strongly promoted. Deep in my mind, I have all the questions about how the universe came into existence. That's a great void in my mind. Then I started to explore Taoism, a philosophy of our ancient master Lao Tzu, who taught about the origin of the universe and emphasized living in harmony with the universe. I became a Taoist monk. Have you heard of Tai Chi? It is a philosophical term of Taoism, which refers to the originator of everything. The philosophy attempts to explain how the universe comes into being. It says, out of nothing, Tai Chi is born. Out of Tai Chi is born two elements. Out of two elements are born the four phenomenon. Out of the four phenomenon are formed the 8 trigrams. And all things are born from the 8 trigrams. Does this kind of explanation make sense to you? Honestly, the statement creates confusion more than anything. Neither can you convince me that a monkey evolved into a human being. All these explanations just show men's inability to explain the origin of the universe, and how all the living and non-living things in it come into existence. Then I became a Buddhist, thinking that I can find wisdom, love, goodness, self-control and peace from it. Buddhism teaches that humans can achieve enlightenment through suffering, meditation, good behavior, spiritual and physical labor. To my disappointment, Buddhism does not enlighten me about the universe. The beautiful lotus flower, which is associated with purity, spiritual awakening, and faithfulness, according to Buddhism, is the symbol of the religion. This is the most beautiful flower that grows and blossoms from murky and muddy water. It is considered to be the best symbol of purity. However, if you ask any Buddhist monk who created the beautiful lotus flower, he cannot answer you. Buddhism does not have any concept of a supreme God, let alone a creator. Then I was introduced to the Bible. I turned to the first chapter. It told me the history of the heavens and the earth when they were created. In the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. Just as the builder of a house has the original blueprint of the house, the creator, only, can give a full account of how the universe came into being. I kept reading the Bible and came to realize that the fundamental human problem is sin, our rebellion against our Creator God. The communist government denies the existence of God and proposes some ideology, even with the best human intention, brought unspeakable human suffering and economic disasters. Isaiah 53 tells us all we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned, every one, to his own way. And the Lord has laid on him, the suffering servant, who is the Messiah, the iniquity of us all. Our problem can only be solved by the forgiveness of sin through the Messiah. I learned from reading the Bible that the Messiah first came to Israel, to save his own people. However, Israel, as a nation, rejected their Messiah. Then the offer of salvation was extended to the nations of the world. Jesus was put to death, as a sacrifice for the sin of his people, fulfilling the prophecies of Isaiah 53. He was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement for our peace was upon him. And by his stripes we are healed. But he rose from the dead, after 3 days and 3 nights buried in the grave. Before he ascended to heaven, He told his disciples to go into all the world, and preach the gospel to everyone so that they may believe and get eternal life. That explains how we, Chinese, have come to know the only true God of Israel. However, God has not forgotten his chosen people, Israel. God said to Israel in the ancient days, I have loved you with an everlasting love. Therefore with loving kindness I have drawn you and continued my faithfulness to you. Ever since the destruction of the Second Temple, Israel has been in exile for almost 2,000 years. A modern world miracle happened. Israel declared independence in 1948. If you ask me, how do you know that God exists? I can tell you, the divine protection of Israel during all these centuries is the answer.